Hello, this is Keith George, and I'm going to use this screencast to walk you through the process of creating a Google form that will allow your fellow students to evaluate your Cool Tools presentation. And so let's get started. So I'm in my Google Drive. You can tell that I'm there at drive.google.com and that I am logged in because you see my avatar. And these are all of the various documents and folders I have over the many years of using Google Drive. To create a new form, we're going to go to the New button, and we have to slide down to More, and then select Google Forms. Now, at the time of this recording, the Google Forms tool has been undergoing some updates, and it seems like that Google is adding back features almost weekly. So if there are a couple of things that look a little different, you should still be able to accomplish your task. So this is our blank form, and you can see that where it says Untitled Form, we can add our title. So I'll just add Keith George Cool Tool Evaluation. And I really don't need a description for it. And then I have the place for my first question. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that question there, but I'm going to come over here to the little toolbar that's floating off here to the left, and I'm going to click the Add Video button, and it is going to come up with a box and ask me to add in a YouTube video. Now I'm going to switch windows and just grab a random video URL by coming down here on the video to the share button and copying that link. Jump back to my Google form, paste the link in there, and click search, and it found the correct video. So I will click it to select and click select, and it will put the video in there for me. Now I could add a title for it. So let's say that this happens to be a video about the Alabama Learning Exchange. So let's imagine that that was my cool tool. So I could title it with the name of my cool tool, and I can center it so it looks a little bit better. And that's pretty good. Now, notice that because I already had a blank question here, it added my video below it. I do want my video at the very top, so I'm just going to go to that little area of dots until my cursor changes to a 4-directional arrow and slide that up top. Then I can start to ask my questions. Now, the exact questions are outlined in your instructions for this, so I'm not going to go through each one of them, but let's say that there was a name, and we can add another question, and maybe this question was a scale. These are not exact, so please do your due diligence and review the requirements of the question, the requirements of the assignment, and do that from the instruction sheet. So maybe the question was, how did I do? And you have a 1 to 5, and you can label And of course, we would never do a scale with horrible and amazing, but this is just for example's sake. Notice that you can make your questions required. And when you have all of the questions set, you can come up into the corner and look in these areas here. The settings gear, there are some particular settings that you need to adjust. And when you are ready to, you go to the 3 dots to add collaborators so that you can add me. I will go ahead and share with you that you should add Keith at keithgeorge.net is the address I would like you to share this with. So you can add that. And then again, there are some settings that you will need to adjust. When you have everything set the way you want and you click send, make sure that you then switch to the link and copy this link. That's what you'll post in the discussion board so that everybody can find your review form. So that's just a quick overview, in particularly about how to add the video to the top and then have the questions that are outlined in the assignment requirements below that. Make sure that you share the form with Keith at keithgeorge.net as a collaborator, but also make sure that you make the form public. In settings, make sure you have all the settings set correctly. And then you will also want to make sure you grab that link so that you can add the link to the discussion board. All right, that should cover it. If you have any questions, feel free to post a question in the discussion area of Blackboard or send me an email. Thank you very much.